Good afternoon. I wasn't sure if there'd be a call today.
Hello, good afternoon, John. Yeah, I think so as well, but just maybe I'll give it a few minutes and no one
Yeah.
joins.
Mm. Yeah, I'll go on mute if I hear somebody else pipe up, but I'll probably leave in 3 or 4 minutes as well.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, thank you.
Howdy, folks. Sorry I'm late here.
Hey,
Um,
Drummond.
hmm.
Yeah,
We have Mr. Wonderlick and Maki both. How are you both in this new year?
all great. How are
Oh,
you?
yeah.
How's things at Rand?
Yeah,
Another
well,
day.
they are moving right along. Um, I'm trying to get back into the weekly schedule. And Interesting here. The Carly uh Hautama, I always forget. Haitama, I believe is how you pronounce it. Um, she has returned from her vacation to Europe, to Switzerland, but she got sick on the way back. And so she sent me a note that she wouldn't be able to make it today. And I don't see anything from Hank, although I didn't look on Discord.
And
So let me just.
And as you were, I'm mainly a lurker here, so if you don't
Oh,
have meaningful attendees,
no problem. I'm just checking to see. Yeah, I remember we discussed in the December meeting that we weren't sure who would be back by the this first Monday in January. So I didn't prepare I'm happy to share the one uh con concept terminology project that I've been working on just with the two of you, so you can be aware of what's happening in that area. And I can do that right now. I'll give you a link to a Google Doc that I've been working on, which is, I'll share the doc in just a second, but I'll put it in the chat. Here's G glossary right there. There's a link to it. I'll share the doc. I think it's this one here. Yeah.
DTG
Um,
glossary, yeah.
yeah. So as I think both of you know, that so in concept terminology working group, we mostly are working on the tooling and best practices around glossaries. Maintaining the trust IP. Actually, there's now two. There's a main glossary, and then Hank von Kahn created a what does he call the other one? I actually can't remember the name for it, but he created another sort of general glossary of industry terms that weren't trust over IP specific, but he still wanted to have a glossary definitions from. So he's created that one. And I actually am not sure what the link to it is. But in any case, the tooling called SpecUpT that we've been using is is you can use for any glossary, and the whole point of SpecUpT is that you can define SpecUp itself had a built-in facility for defining terms in a spec. And with SpecUpT, we added the ability to reference terms in other glossaries in several ways. You could just reference a term. You could use transclusion to copy the term into your glossary, and with a couple sort of special switches. So it's just glossary management tooling. What you're
Is that
seeing,
is that is that a tool available as well? It sounds,
it
I'd like
is
to take a look at.
it is totally open source. Let me find the let me see if I can pull it up here. I think I've got a link to it. Just gonna in the same window so I don't have to reshare.
Yeah,
The CTWG SpecUpT, or is it's the SpecUpT editor. I think this takes us to the site. Okay, so this is the SpecUp example. That's not what I'm after. Hang on. SpecUpT editor. I don't know if that's going to take us. See where this guy goes. Okay. No, that's the
yeah.
editor. I don't want to go. Let me see it.
So I didn't mind to rat hole you here, Drummond. Well,
No, it's
send
fine.
me an email.
I'm just trying to find, because I it's like, why am I not finding? I'm just gonna try spec T. I'm gonna see where. There it is. Okay. Here is the, yeah. So
Repo.
where's the, user manual. That's what I'm after. There's a SpecUpT site. All right, now I got to adding this so I can find it next time I'm after it. So right here. Okay. So here's a SpecUpT website that's got all the info about SpecUpT, and I'll stick it in the chat. Where's the chat?
I've
Right
just
here.
been, I sympathize with your organization. I've just actually been using Claude a little, giving it some file directory access and said, go organize this folder. So
cleaning up
Yes.
my dumping grounds.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, this is the homepage for SpecUpT. Again, Hank Von Kahn and his team have been, you know, creating this tool, maintaining it. It's really quite, you know, I think Hank at this point has spent a couple $100K, you know, building up this tool because he's very, uh, focused on glossaries and glossary creation. So now, all that said, what I've been developing or working on that I wanted to show you was this is just a Google Doc. It doesn't use the SpecUpT tool yet. It's basically I've been developing a glossary for the Decentralized Trust Graph Working Group, or I that's what my project over the break was, to get this glossary together because we really need one. And now knowing that the destination is a SpecUpT glossary, or we need to decide some of these terms will probably go in the TrustRP general glossary. Some are, you know, say DTG specific. So anyway, I'm just giving you a sense of the like terms in here. We have we're going to have a specification, this one here, that will define a set of DTG credentials that are what we use to define the trust graph, the decentralized trust graph. So it's just the, you know, classic glossary work. The reason I use Google Docs or prefer Google Docs for creating these kinds of glossaries is because it's really fast and easy to link to any of these headings for definitions. So all of the linking that otherwise would be done with SpecUpT, I can do a, you know, a fast proxy of all that just using, in fact, I'll show you, you're probably very familiar with it, but this term right here, oh, DTD edge, right? I don't, because of the term that this is the term, I don't link it when I was using it. But if I wanted someplace else to link it, as soon as I hit Control K, if the term's a heading, it's the first thing that appears in this list. So it's just trivial to interlink everything that's here in this. So this document has a combination of terms from, like, this term, technical specification, is from the TrustRP glossary. But DTD credentials is defined here in this document and that kind of thing. So anyway, we have, I think it's almost 40 terms now in this that define the different kinds of credentials and DIDs and that make up a these different credential types. Actually, I think the 4 main types are right here on the screen. Whoops, what happened?
Where's the J-Link did in there, or what category would it be in, I wonder?
Well, J-Link DID is a self-certifying identifier. So if it was used in one of these, it could be used in any of these.
Mm-hmm.
It's a, we've had a lot of discussions with Ben and Jim and Victor about
Yeah.
the J-Link DIDs. And they are a self-certifying identifier. It's got the whole Fed ID approach. They, as of my last discussions with them, they're like, okay, let's separate out the self-certifying identifier requirements from the Fed ID services for those DIDs, and that's going to be a project for us in this coming quarter. Yeah. Anyway, there's not, you know, there's no reason from a terminology standpoint. I just wanted to show you and share with you this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
This glossary that we are developing here, and for what we're doing in the Decentralized Trust Graph Working Group, which next meets on Wednesday. And let's see if I stop that. A full, I can share this window and we can look at a fully operational DTG glossary. Where is it here? Yeah, okay. Just to make sure it's clear. I'll share this one, which is that. Okay, so this is the, I move these Zoom windows. So this is the TrustRP main glossary. And
Mhm.
you can see the various controls that this is a full, current spec up T glossary, which means that so the search box is up here. Any term that, let's say I want to look up trust community, and it goes to it's interesting the way it searches. It finds the first instance of trust community. And then since it's interlinked, if you want to go to the definition, you can click that and we'll go to the actual definition. It highlights that. You can click this little symbol to copy that, a link to that definition. They have these 3-level controls. So if I said level 1, it will just show me the term itself.
Mhm.
Level 2 shows the basic definition for every term, and level 3 you'll get the additional thing in notes or other.
Mhm.
Actually, let's see. At level 2, do they do C also? No. Level 2. Yeah, they don't include C alsos. They do include more information. Interesting. But if you go level 3, you get everything. See also for more information, notes, whatever, definitions. The definition is always the paragraph that follows right after. Also, this this uh, the structure here is you see the term, you see alternate forms of the term. Whoops, what just happened there? I didn't. Oh, I guess I
Wonder if
clicked on
Harsh
that.
is thinking. Wonder if IETF would accept this. I'm thinking of the data privacy vocabulary that Harsh has done.
If they wanted to use this tool, they certainly can. Um, the the nice thing is, so you have the basic term, you have other forms of the term. So a reference can use any of these forms of a term. In this case, you just see the plural. And then this last one that's in italics is called the what's the name for it? The canonical reference version. So when you want to link to this definition, you use use that term in the one that appears at the end, which is usually the same as the one at the outset, but not always. And it has notice it's a single
Can
string
you?
now. Whoops.
Okay, so
Why does it keep doing that? That's weird. I
it,
wanted to
so
just
question, if I may, Drummond.
sure.
So especially in the space where I work with, lots of definitions are terms of art, or for the purposes of this agreement, we define this to be this, right? So
Yeah.
you scope the definition to a particular thing. So if you build a glossary and you want to refer to that glossary in a contract or in another document, how do you lock the version that says, well, as of we're using this definition of trust community that we retrieved, or
Exactly.
as of such and such a time? Because if some ma maleficent actor comes along and says trust community means something else, that screws up
Yes.
my contract. So how do I lock
Got
the
it.
reference to a point in time?
So that's done with this. That shows you that because a spec up T glossary is composed of individual entries in a GitHub repo, every
Hmm.
one of them is versioned. And so you can see the exact version and you can what is it? You
So
can
I can put a link instead of to the top level definition to the versioned definition. Say
yes,
this.
yes, exactly.
Okay,
And
cool.
you can version the did I open a new one there? Yeah, I did. Open that as a separate window. Um you can create a version of an entire glossary, right? You can basically go, okay, we're working terms, working terms, working terms. Okay, we want to reference all the terms in that glossary at that time.
Mm.
And they call that a snapshot. And you see this thing
No,
up here,
okay.
versions. So if I click
Yeah.
versions here, I will get this. And so in this particular case, this is the Trust Recipe main glossary, and we have the latest. You can link to the latest version, the original 0.9, and the current version 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how that works. And
Oh,
it's all
cool.
done. It's all done by reference to Markdown files in GitHub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done a huge
Yeah.
amount
The
of work to it.
Canadian legal, I forget what anyway, CANLII.org is where I go to keep up all with my legislation and regulations, and they have here's the latest version reference, here's this version reference. So
Yes.
it's very useful.
Yeah. It's super. I mean, again, Hank and his team have been just put a huge amount of work into Spec Up T
Yeah.
as a tool. And again, I think it's pretty well documented on the Spec Up T site. I'll go back over there because I wanted to show you one other thing that I think is on that site, which is they have a guide to yeah, if you hit the startup or let's start, it'll take you right to this whole thing, John. You've got, this whole intro to the whole thing getting started, and then, you can pop down to, it'll walk you through using the editor. They've been building up this, documentation. It's like there's even documentation for developers about, yeah, all the difference.
And it all is on GitHub. So if I create one under my GitHub
yes,
identity, and I could just make it public on GitHub or read only, and then just reference it anywhere else. Cool.
exactly. All right, I'm trying to see where they have the documented the tags.
It's always an education talking to you, Drummond.
Well, that's my goal. There's that stuff. Let's go to editor. Editor overview, user guide. Let's see if that one has it there. Where are I wanted to show you the tags that it uses. No, first login, navigate the interface. Where are the tags?
Do you remember BOS?
Oh, God, I haven't thought about that in years. Yes, I do remember some of that. Tell me more. Why did that come to mind?
It's just the way the UI interface on this kind of stuff is with the icons and it's reminding me of a lot of what was native to BOS back in the day.
Interesting.
It's ahead of its time.
There you go. It's interesting because can I search the site? I'm gonna search for XREF.
Yeah, I haven't thought about BOS in a long time either.
Okay,
I
let's go to that one. Okay. So I don't know where does it tell us where we are in the developer documentation? Oh, anyway, it's in here explaining the difference between this is John, how you can see that this is the syntax when you are referencing an external reference, meaning in another glossary. The tag you put into the markdown, you give the external spec a name once in the document when you configure Spec Up T, usually a short name like TOIP or carrier or something like that. And then the term name is that thing that you saw in italic. That's the canonical name of the term.
And the editor makes sure there's no term name collisions in the spec.
Yes, exactly. Cool. And so if you're referencing a term in the spec itself, it's just a ref. That's a standard SpecUp feature, but SpecUp T adds XRefs, and then this other one called TRefs, which are transclusions. And it's the same syntax except it's a TRef, and what that will do is it will not just reference a term, it'll copy in the whole definition. So that you literally create you can create a glossary that includes terms from other glossaries, but it will look like they're local. Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to show you those examples. Someplace in here there's documentation of all the tags, but I don't know exactly where. Let's see where this one takes us. Oh,
Yeah,
here they are. Oh, external
BOS was
references.
released more than 30 years ago. I feel old.
Wow. There you go. Cool. Well,
That is that is very cool, Drummond. Thank you for inviting me into your world with that.
absolutely happy to do that. Again, I don't really we only meet monthly now to sort of check in on glossary progress, SpecUp T progress, but it's pretty mature now. So most of the work now is actually working on glossaries. Expect by next month meeting we're going to take a lot of those terms, decide which of those terms we're creating that will go in the TrustRP glossary, and which will be in a separate, start an actual SpecUp T glossary for the DTWG. And there you have it. Any other questions or things I can help with?
Yeah,
Are you
actually, I
gonna?
just wanted to. Yeah, John, you want to go ahead?
No, I've talked way too much. You first, Maki.
No, it should be fine. So I just wanted to say that the SpecUp T is really comprehensive, and I think linking the dots with what we are producing in terms of use cases will be a very good exercise to do. Like just ensuring that we are cascading those terminologies as well in the narrative and the different types of work products we're doing at Trust over IP. So I think will be worth like at least trying to align with it, adopting it in-house, as opposed, to only expecting, like, I would say, the external communities to adopt it. So I think also having this mapping between what we do internally and the concepts and terminologies will be important.
Yeah, our goal certainly, Maki, is to I'd like, and it won't happen overnight, but now that SpecUp T is mature enough, I'd like to have all of our deliverables start to use, SpecUp T, SpecUp T documents, and all of them referencing the TrustRP glossary or other common glossaries to the extent we can. It's just that's been the whole point of the concept terminology working group from the start, is to get us to interoperable, harmonized terminology as much as we can. I mean, that's the beauty of SpecUp T, is you can have a local glossary in your document that is specific to that, and then you can reference any other glossary, and glossaries can reference other glossaries, right? To the extent that they want to share the meaning of a term. And you can differentiate too, because you can have a term in two different glossaries with different definitions, and they can and you can know, and if a more advanced thing we've talked about is dictionaries, where you can have a term and then reference different definitions of that term as exists in ordinary dictionaries. But there hasn't been much demand for that, because we're more about trying to harmonize on terminology than just document all the different uses. Okay, well, gents, happy to give you back half an hour in the day, and any other questions that come up, always feel free to ping me.
Just
or
looking at your backdrop there.
Oh yeah, that's if I go over this way, you can see a little bit more of the river. It is, can you guess where?
Well, I'm looking
that?
I'm reminded of Amsterdam, but I know it's not.
And it's a
There's the
little
river
wide for.
Yeah, well, no,
Yeah.
there's a river that goes through Amsterdam. You take a ferry across to the train terminal, but and it No, don't recognize it.
It's Zurich.
Oops.
It is
Have not been.
standing
That
on
explains it.
it's standing on the bridge, looking back towards the city, right at the mouth where it opens into the lake.
Yeah, I haven't been to Zurich yet.
Yeah, it was taken in December of a year ago when Daryl O'Donnell and I were there to officially incorporate the IRA Association. That's a
Nice.
Swiss association. Yeah. Apparently, folks in Switzerland, they see this, they immediately know it's Zurich because this is a basically a Christmas circus that this sets up in December every year, and people come and go to this thing. Then it goes away.
It's a nice shot.
Well, it's reminds me of the whole town in December is a Christmas market. Literally the whole town. I mean, just walk from block to block, and they're little booths serving glue wine and selling crafts. Was really fun. So it was one. Takes me back there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, welcome back to the new year, and I wish you great productivity in January. I will start catching up with all the messages that are now flowing.
Yeah. All right.
All
Take
right.
care, Drummond. We'll see
You
you next
bet.
time.
Talk to you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mackie.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.